This is the Pastoral Gamer, and today I'm reviewing Motorstorm on the PS3. One thing I have to say about Motorstorm is it's too easy. You unlock multiple difficulties throughout playing the game. You have to do like a bunch of races on these 8 tracks. That's all you get, and you have to keep racing on those tracks over and over again. And you have to complete a lot of challenges to unlock each difficulty. What is this, Mario Kart? Bit of a negative for this game is the loading times and the levels and showing the vehicles are a wee bit long when it all takes place on realistic desert track. Some of the music fits the theme mighty well, but other times it just sounds like technobabble. What the fuck is this shit? One of the gimmicks of this game is you have boost like in Burnout, but the gimmick here is if you boost too much your vehicle destroys itself. You get used to this very quickly though. The biggest omission of this game is there's no local multiplayer. There was online multiplayer, but the company shut it down. There's 7 off-road vehicles to choose from with their own strengths and weaknesses. I personally enjoyed using the motorbikes and the rally cars. It reminded me of me and me mates back in the day on the farm where we would construct our own cars and race them around the farmhouse. It was good crack now, and bikes too. You also had big rigs and mud pluggers which were slower and just weren't as fun to play as. The thing about this game is each of the 8 tracks has multiple routes which is suited to different vehicles. Like you have the high narrow edges which are suited to things like bikes. You have the muddy terrain which is more suitable to the mud pluggers and the big rigs. But it's competitive, but to be honest, hey, if you're playing with the heavier vehicles, you're at a mighty disadvantage. Which I guess why in the later games they changed the stats of some of these cars. As I said in my LA Noir video, if I wanted to go slow I'd go on me tractor, so being on the big rig in particular was no interest in me. Unfortunately, a lot of the missions they make you do one type of car and that's it, so whenever I had to do these heavy vehicles I was saying, particularly when you had like these other boyos racing against you and motorbikes and stuff, and I'm stuck here driving a slow old truck, All that's left for people is the single player campaign with the 4 difficulties to play through, where the game encourages you to use different vehicle types. Just felt like padding, hey. These difficulties should have been unlocked from the get-go, not having to play through the whole thing. It makes you not want to play the game playing through all this rubbish. The game also supports motion control of the PS3 controller, and you can also go into first person view. To be honest, I normally approve of motion controls. I didn't take too kindly to them in this game. There's too many twists and turns, and they're just not as accurate as using the stick. It's different to something like Mario Kart Wii, where they designed the tracks to be nice and wide, so you could afford to have a few errors on the steering. And also your car went a lot slower in Mario Kart. It's also the fact that Nintendo had the decency to include this hunk of plastic of every copy of Mario Kart. You just slide the Wiimote in like this, hey. And Bob's your uncle, you're steering away. Feels a bit closer to an actual steering wheel. The problem with the PS3 one is they don't give you a steering wheel. You're just expected to do this, and it's a wee bit... I know some of these fancy race cars have sort of steering wheel like this, but it's not for me, hey. You can buy a full steering wheel and pedals for your PS3, but the problem is they didn't bloody include the support for the friggin' Motorstorm game. Is that not a bit of a missed opportunity, hey? The game that supports motion controls doesn't support this steering wheel, which you'd actually want to use if you were using the motion controls to make you feel immersed in the game. But at least it's there, it's better than nothing, you don't have to use it. Now the first person view, I did use it sometimes, particularly when you go into like a narrow section. It was very rare, and you couldn't really see what was around you, so you went into the first person view. Or if you're one of these blokes who likes using the first person view, it's great for that too. The vehicles don't have any stats. As far as I'm aware, you can choose different brands per vehicle type, and as far as I'm aware they do the same thing. If you want a detailed synopsis of how the stats of each class of vehicle, I recommend you look it up online, because it doesn't show it in the manual. Some little touches I like about this game, like you're driving behind somebody and the dirt fires on your screen. It's a nice little touch. There's no slipstream. I don't know if that's realistic or not anyway, so I don't have anything to say about that now. The game tries to help you what way to go. Occasionally when you're driving down a certain path, there'll be these small yellow signs, and there'll be two directions. One direction will show the bike and the other direction will show the big rig. But the problem with that is the sign's so bloody small, it's impossible to see it until it's too late. You've already picked a route and that's it, hey. It's more if you've memorized the track. Like, it would have been better if they had put the sign a bit further away just before you got to the point and made the signs bigger too, so it's easier to see. When you're driving some of the tracks, you see the crowds doing this and doing this, but the problem is they're like cardboard cutouts, you know. It reminded me of Street Fighter 3D on the 3DS, hey. It would have been better if they had been in more of a neutral position rather than doing things like this and this. It looks a bit cheap, but I appreciate the detail. I appreciate the thought and effort that went into it, hey. This game, when you're racing against other racers, you don't want to get in contact with any of them. You want to try and boost away from them, because sometimes if you're racing and you're spending too much time trying to fight with your competitor, you could end up both being killed and someone else can get ahead of you. Particularly in the more higher difficulties, whenever I'm trying to do the race fair and square, you have other cars literally trying to throw me and them out of the race, just so their buddy can get ahead and win the race. You know, I thought this was all one for all. I didn't know it was everyone against Farmer Joe here. You know, it's not exactly quite fair. You know what I'm saying? I had to use my real name there to get the point across now. With that said, I wasn't challenged until I got to level 3, and even some of the races in level 3 are still too easy now. I felt a bit lonely. It felt like I was doing a time trial in these lower difficulties, just driving around the track over and over again. No, the game doesn't really show you any respect. It should just give you the 4 difficulties off the bat and let you choose whatever one you want instead of going from easy to hard. You know, it's not Nintendo. I expect that kind of bullshit from Nintendo. Nintendo babies, I don't expect this bullshit from Sony, who's supposed to be the more of an adult type of company. I can only play a few races before boredom set in. It's a game you play in small doses. It's not a game you play in a large session. No, play it for about half an hour and that's it now. And then a few days later play it again. You know, that's the type of game it is. So what would I give this game? I give this game a B. I think it's a really solid game. The graphics are absolutely gorgeous. You know, it's only 720p, but you know, it looks very realistic. Desert themes, you know, the cars look very realistic. The physics are very realistic. No, it's all a very realistic style game, and while keeping the fun of something like Burnout now. It's just a wee bit too much padding. It has first game syndrome written all over it. It was an early game of the PS3, but it still holds up pretty well, hey. But see, to be honest, there's a few other games that were released after it that are probably better. Now, I haven't played them, but I'm just guessing now. They've probably improved on the formula. So you could skip this one, but if you want to see how it all started now, give it a go. This is the Pastoral Gamer, and I'll see you again. Keep her lit now.
Hello guys, hope you're having a fantastic day. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and to subscribe for more videos. Bye!